Hello, everybody. My name is Cesar Carrasco, and I'm a seminarian from the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. God willing, I will be ordained priest in 2022. A reading from the Gospel according to Luke. The two disciples recounted what had taken place on the way and how Jesus was made known to them in the breaking of the bread. While they were still speaking about this, he stood in their midst and said to them, "Peace be with you." But they were startled and terrified and thought that they were seeing a ghost. Then he said to them, "Why are you troubled? And why do questions arise in your hearts? Look at my hands and my feet, that it is I myself. Touch me and see, because a ghost does not have flesh and bones, as you can see I have." And as he said this, he showed them his hand and his feet. While they were still incredulous for joy and were amazed, he asked them, "Have you anything here to eat?" They gave him a piece of baked fish. He took it and ate it in front of them. He said to them, "Those are my words that I spoke to you while I was still with you, that everything written about me in the law of Moses and in the prophet and Psalms would be fulfilled." Then he opened their minds to understand the scriptures, and he said to them, "Thus it is written that the Christ will suffer and rise from the dead on the third day, and that repentance for the forgiveness of sins will be preached in his name to all the nation, beginning from Jerusalem. You are witnesses of these things." The Gospel of the Lord. Brothers and sisters, we are in this journey of 50 days of Easter season, where we keep going our reflection on the mystery of resurrection of Jesus. Our gospel today comes from the concluding chapters of St. Luke Gospels. We just hear of those two disciples to whom Jesus appeared on Easter Sunday on the road to Emmaus, and how they recounted to the 11 and to the others gathered with them in Jerusalem, and how they recognized Jesus in the breaking of the bread. Then Jesus appeared in the midst and said to them, "Peace be with you." The disciples, as we hear, they were afraid. They were terrified because they thought they were seeing a ghost. At the end of the gospel, Jesus said a very important word to the disciples. You are witnesses of these things. And brothers and sisters, these words that Jesus told the disciples, you are witnesses of these things, we needed to place it in our hearts and to remember that we are witnesses. But witnesses of what? Witnesses of the resurrection of Jesus, witnesses of the life of Jesus, and witnesses of everything that he have said in the gospel. Jesus sit in the midst of the disciples and say, "Peace be with you." Because Jesus is that peace that our heart is longing for. Brothers and sisters, in the breaking of bread in the Eucharist, do we recognize Christ?